Okay, hello, welcome back to my channel. Today we're doing another sketchbook flip through. This is my second sketchbook. Yes, I had to label my sketchbooks as I finished them because I can't remember otherwise. This one is from 2017 to I think 2017. So yes, very fun. So the first sketch we have is Pidge from Voltron. Yeah, I don't have much else to say about this. The second one is Clance, so Lance and Keith from Voltron. This is like, what, my second time ever drawing them? So you know what? Give me a break. Ooh, the third one. This one I was really proud of. I don't know. I just like the way the hair is. I think it's an interesting... I don't know. It's interesting. This is I'm Fabulous, Deal With It guy. I don't know. Here's a sad lady. Here's another lady. Ooh, really? So this sketchbook I did mostly when I was babysitting over the summer. I was babysitting my cousins. And I love my cousins so much. But I left my sketchbook unattended. And I won't say who it was. I won't even say gender, in case they ever see this. But they drew over it and made my lines like super dark and thick in certain spots. Which you probably don't even see, but I know it's there because it like indents in the paper. There's this guy. Yep. Here's some Chibi Lance and Chibi Keith faces. This is my OC. Oh gosh. My OC Mare. That's her name, Mare. I didn't really like this drawing apparently because it says garbage. This little head, it's like people in an office and a demon chained up in my brain. Well, this brain. Sorry if you hear any like noise. My upstairs neighbor is walking around. I got this little demon guy. He's a very happy demon. Here's Rylan receiving flowers, presumably from George. How pow. I think trampoline. I think I wanted to draw shoes, and this is what I came up with. Okay. Okay, I don't have an explanation for this. Enjoy it. This was a request. Someone requested a man watching TV. And he's named Peaceful Ned now. Here's Feebly. Yeah, I don't know what that is. Another big head face thing. I was really into that, drawing that. Oh, I forgot about him. This was based off Subnautica, so it's like my version of a fish that might be in Subnautica. Unless this is from... no, I don't think so, but maybe. This is meant to be the bladderfish. I drew these without references, so I don't know if they're even accurate. A sunflower. This guy. That's all. This man with a sword. Here's an up-close version of the man with a sword. Maybe I was gonna do a comic with him, and if I was, I don't remember anymore. This is Victor from Yuri on Ice. And then here's Uriel, or Yuri, whatever you want to call him. Yuri number 2. This guy, I don't know, I like how he looks. I think he looks nice. So. Here's a bunch of like little desserts and a drinks. Here's Uriel again. Another one of those faces, giant faces. Oh, so this was drawn on, well, started during the 4th of July. I was at my uncle's and I drew the moon. So it's like basically a landscape of out at the farm, his farm. Another one of the faces. Here, enjoy this picture of George flipping you off. My boy Ryland. Ryland and George sleeping. Someone requested I draw a banana dude, so I drew 3 of them. Here's a little chibi girl. Okay, there's a story between this. So this is my OC George, obviously. If you don't know who George is, then okay. But I don't remember who I was talking to. It might have been my cousin. We were talking and we were like, well, George, you know, like George the Curious Monkey. And then I was like, the man with the yellow hat. So I drew the yellow hat, and then I drew George, my OC, in overalls, sitting on the yellow hat. I don't know. That's where that came from. Here's George and Ryan kissing. Oh, here's my little chibi witch. I actually really like how that turned out. Here's George and Ryland again. So this is like Ryland's hand. He's holding a beer. And it's based off, if you know what peace tea is, like the peace tea hand holding the fruit, but instead it's Ryland holding a beer. I don't know. This is a little drawing of Ryland's room in his little apartment. This girl, I have a story for her. This girl, it's got lyrics from Papa Roach around it. Another girl in that kind of style. I don't know. And one more girl in that style. I remember in that style. I remember these 3 girls. I was so proud of these 3, and then a friend of mine was like, you know, they look pretty bad. Their proportions are terrible, and I was like, oh, okay. And then I couldn't look at them anymore because of that. Here's George. This is my OC Ava, Ryland's best friend, so yeah. Just another girl, she's kind of wonky. This little drawing of hands with some lyrics. Another drawing of Ryland. Here's Ryland and George. Ryland looks like so tiny in here. Whoops. He's not that much smaller. He's a full-grown adult. I just am really bad with proportions and getting the sizing right when there's two characters, especially back then. This little punk dude. Here's another Keith. Still haven't figured out how to draw him at this point in my life. This is where I start getting into this style. So you'll see a lot in this style. Very scratchy punk looking style. I had this problem back then, and I always forgot to draw ears. I swear, I don't know how many times I went back and added ears because someone would point out I forgot ears. More of that punk style. Then we have this flame dude. This girl. Here is Ryland again. Very close up on him. This girl. And another girl. She looks depressed. Oh my goodness. Back to the punk style. Oh, we got this like, I don't know, I always thought of her as like a fairy. I don't really know why, but very fairy-esque with the outfit and stuff. Ryland again. Oh, there's this character. I like how he turned out. Another punk guy. Vampire this time. Woo! This was, these are, well, they're technically OCs from another artist. I can't remember their name, but they're, like the children of some Adventure Time characters. Yeah. This guy. Ooh, I don't know. Oops. Ah, here's Deadpool. It says "Kiss the Cook." His apron. This guy, I don't know. He's kind of fun. He's a little interesting and fun. This is supposed to be Lance. From Voltron. Yup. I think I was trying to draw in realism and I kind of failed miserably, so yup. This is my serial killer OC. I have big plans for him. He's gonna have a comic someday. He does not have a name. He will not know his name. He has a serial killer name, but I forgot it, so currently I do not remember his name. Here's more Lance and Keith. I was a big Lance shipper when I was younger. Here's my character Ryland. Well, his back, I guess, technically. This guy. Another guy. This guy, his shirt says, "I don't want to die, so you have to," which are probably lyrics from a Hollywood Undead song. Probably, I'm just guessing. Here's my serial killer guy again. A terrible skull. A even worse skull. Another guy with no ears and a pillow. this guy like reminds me of this YouTuber's OC. I don't know why, but it does. Oh, this is goodness, what's his name? He's the guy from the band Grizzillas. Murdoch? Is this Murdoch? Anyways. Some girl who also reminds me of an OC from a different artist. Interesting. This guy crying. This little guy. Here's a demon peeking behind a, I don't know, like a door, corner. This is my OC Mare, not Mare. Mare? Mare. Mare again. This guy. Here it says art lean, fix it. It is leaning. Here's Ryland. This is Ryland with his hair up. Yes, Ryland's ear is all messed up and scarred and missing. Here's Topless George. Here's a really terrible Lance. Please forgive me about it. It's so bad. And after that, I gave up and started drawing animals. So here's a wolf. It's really hard to see, but it's there. And then this is the last page, but it is a lion. Yes. And that's the last page in this sketchbook. So thank you so much for watching and coming through this journey of memories with me. If you enjoyed, like the video, and if you want to see more content like this, subscribe. See you later. Bye.